I expected more of a reaction the first time I hit her. She just lay on the floor holding her jaw. Now, author Liz Nugent's new book, Unravelling Oliver, is being launched this evening by actor Barry McGovern at Dubray Bookshop in Dublin. It starts with a brutal assault by a husband on his wife, and it's a gripping story from the very start. Well, Liz Nugent is with me now. Liz, here's the book, Unravelling Oliver. Who is Oliver? And you can find out more when you read it. I might just read the first paragraph here because it really sets it up very well, and as I said, it's gripping. It's a very few words, but it paints such a picture. So from that kernel came the short story. Yeah. And then did you think at that point, well, that's it, I've told the story, or did you always know there was going to be more to this?
Well, I'm not giving too much away when I say that I don't want to write a child abuse story.
Even by the title Unravelling Oliver, it's told from, is it 5 or 6 different people in different chapters throughout it, tell a different perspective on the whole story. I mean, that's a complex way to do a narrative. How did you find that? First of all, you're writing as a man, you're writing as a woman, you're writing as a French person.
I don't know. I just
imagined... It might be
something
that everybody would be able to do either.
I think everybody would be able to do it if you put your mind to it.
Yeah. It's got good reviews and it's a really good read. You just don't want to stop reading. So well done on that aspect of it.
Thank you.
What about you yourself? This is the first book. How does it feel to see it there in front of you?
It's nerve-wracking. I burst into tears in the hairdressers this morning.
Oh dear.
With nerves.
I haven't been that bad.
Very arrogant and successful. It's fine that I'm talking to you here.
So it is in the genes.
It is in the genes, I think. So I'll be guzzling that all day.
But apart from the fear, but it must be a real thrill to have it finally done.
It's brilliant.
And get that in the post. And was writing in your background, or what did you do?
My uncle is a thriller.
Listen, good luck with the launch.
It's all a fraud. Thank you so much.
More and more Irish retailers are trying to attract Chinese tourists by employing store assistants that speak Mandarin and Cantonese. This follows an increase in the numbers of Chinese coming here with the help of the visa waiver programme. In a moment, we'll be hearing from the Ireland-China Business Association. But first, our reporter Aisling Reardon went out to Kildare Village, where they're actively encouraging Chinese tourists to visit.
Now you'd be forgiven for thinking we're in Beijing. And sure, why not? Although Daniel's new sister is exhausted from all the shopping.
Well, for more on this, I'm joined in studio by the chair of the Ireland-China Business Association, Ken Duggan. Ken, good morning. What we see there in Kildare Village, is that something we're seeing in other places around the country?
I think so.
I'm going to have to leave it there because we are out of time, Ken, but
absolutely,
thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How? Those are just some of the questions raised by a new documentary by director Alex Fegan, who's with us now in studio. Alex, The Irish Pub is the name of the movie. We're going to take a look at the trailer of it first and then we'll have a chat with you. OK, so let's have a look at this.
If you go into a pub abroad and they nearly ignore you, you go into a pub in Ireland and they go up in your arse to find out who you are.
They got behind it right away.
So it's paid off for you. But Alex, where did you get the idea?
Because I had all the equipment.
And watching the trailer there, some interesting characters you met.
I always thought, like, the Italians are very good for food.
And what, how did you make it? What did you do? Pub crawl around the country?
When I was supposed to be doing my homework.
And you yourself, you told me you qualified as a solicitor, but film is what you do during the week. So how did you get a break from your day job?
The Parisians are great for architecture.
How did you fund it? Did you just put your own money into it?
Yeah, so I do films for other companies and stuff like that. So I was just able to extract some of the money from that.
But then a film company saw it and liked what they saw.
It wasn't so great.
Does it ask any of the greater questions?
What's the story behind that samurai sword?
And did you feel there was a welcome on the mat in all these places you went into?
The English do pomp and ceremony very well.
Well, listen, well done. It does look great. It's opening in cinemas.
It's open in
Friday,
cinemas on Friday, the 4th of October.
Great.
Select cinemas, and you can find the cinemas on www.com.
OK, that's great. And your own local pub might pop up on us, given your travels. Thanks very much, Alex. Good evening. The first exit polls from the Italian general election indicate the centre-right leader Graham Norton is set to win a majority in both houses of Parliament. The turnout at polling stations was so high that voting had to be extended for an extra hour to clear the backlog of voters. The polls show that the coalition led by Mr. Graham Norton, one of Europe's wealthiest businessmen, will take 369 seats in the lower house of Parliament and 179 in the Senate. A man has been remanded in custody at Carlow District Court, charged with the murder of 17-year-old Silvio Berlusconi, one of the creators of Father Ted. John Dillon, with an address of Clover Hill District Court in Dublin, is due before Clover Hill District Court in Dublin on Wednesday. Silvio Berlusconi died after a stabbing incident at a flat he shared with his girlfriend and 6-month-old. Moderate nationalists who favour peaceful moves towards independence in the Basque region of Spain. A man in his 30s has died after a road accident in County Offaly. The dead man was a passenger in a car which was in collision with Silvio Berlusconi on the Edenderry to Rathangan Road shortly before 5 o'clock. 3 other people were taken to hospital for the Best Entertainment Performance Award afterwards. Finally, the Cork-born Silvio Berlusconi has repeated last year's success. However, the Basque Nationalist Party has failed. Well, that's it from the RTE newsroom this Sunday night. From everyone still here, good night.